Hi there, my name's James Kendall and we're looking at a basic forehand shot. So I like to have a nice ready position, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and racket just a little bit behind you so you can get a nice little swing over the net. And we like to have a nice little arc like such. I like to throw it as like a rainbow, so it's going from low to high, with a nice arc over the net. So you want that contact point to be nice and low, and then high. If I had a question, I would say, when I make contact with the ball, do I go high to low, or do I go from low to high? Right, so following on from the kind of example, so I did that, geez, must be 2 and a bit years ago now, and it wasn't perfect, because that was me before being a coach, so you might look at it and be like, I'm not sure, it's not perfect. So, we're going to go through the 1, 2, 3, 4, so obviously the first thing is teaching point, always just have one, make it easy for yourself, especially for the videos, just pick one. Otherwise you're going to confuse the hell out of yourself and the person assessing you. So obviously you'll get a few options in your videos, so make sure you pick one of those 3 options, don't wander off, pick one of the 3. For me, I'm just going to give you an example. So we're going to go forehand, we're going to go contact point, obviously out in front. So I'm going to tell you, so firstly we're going to do today is we're going to look at our forehand side, and we're basically looking at contact point and having it out in front. So that's your first thing, so that's your teaching point. Next thing, you're going to show and tell and hit the 3 balls at the same time. So you're kind of doing number 2 and 3 at the same time. So I'm going to go, so again, you can have somebody feed, or you can just drop feed for the level 1, perfectly fine. You're probably doing this on a mini red court anyway. So first thing, so I'm going to drop the ball out in front, and I'm just looking to contact that ball anywhere out in front of my body, like so, and just carry on just pushing it forward. So contact that ball out in front and carry on pushing forwards. So that's your thing. You've done your minimum of 3 balls or your 3 demonstrations. Don't have to do any more than that. Make sure obviously you pick your best one. So if you muck up one, best to just kind of scrap it and do it again. Luckily with the videos you've got loads of time to kind of redo things, and they're quite short videos anyway. So we come to our number 4, which is your check for understanding. My biggest thing and their biggest thing is do not ask, do you have any questions? Especially if you're talking to little kids, they might not even know what a question is. So it's probably just going to be blank faces, and beginners might be a little bit nervous and don't really want to, say anything which is wrong. They will just give you a blank face and silence. So your best thing to do is an open-ended question. So an open-ended question is basically where they can't give you one answer, either yes or no. So for me, especially with the kids, I like to do kind of like a show me. So for me, I do, especially for kids, even adults is fine, start your racket back here. And obviously this is for the contact point of tell me when to stop, when I should contact the ball. And I'll carry on going until they tell me when to stop. Obviously if they do it in the right place, great, but I'm going to ask them why. They are right, but I'm going to ask them why do you want it out in front. And obviously if they've done it too early or too late, I'm going to ask you why have you stopped it, or why didn't you, that kind of thing. Or obviously ask the question of, do I want to contact the ball behind me, kind of beside me, or out in front? Just something which doesn't kind of give you a yes or a no, and that's it. So that's just a bit more of an in-detail look at kind of a basic feeding video for your level 1. Obviously, don't copy what I did. Make sure you read and do the demos which they've kind of offered up to you. There should be 3 of them. But if you follow that guideline in the whole demo, then you shouldn't go too wrong. And don't forget, you've got unlimited chances before you send it off. So make sure you pick a good one just to give yourself no doubt that you've sent the best one possible off.